Hi and welcome back to a new season of Knights HQ podcast brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. Highly skilled labour hire and real-world training for engineering trades and construction to office administration. Season 3, we're back. The off-season's done. I'm Jay Nelson and with me as always is my co-host Matt Croker.
Hello JJ, how you going, brother?
Mate, I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, so
how
am
are
I.
you?
So am I. I'm excited. We've put together a little plan of how we're going to be doing the podcast from now on. So pretty exciting little season 3 coming up, and pretty excited about this first one. This guy's got a couple of stories to tell from his off season that wasn't really an off season. He was doing some work over in his hometown of England. So I'll let you introduce him.
Well, you know, everyone knows I think by now. Dom Young, you're back, brother, for another run at the potty. Thanks for coming in.
Pleasure, mate. Happy to be back.
Yeah, how was, look, as Croak said, not much of an off-season.
I think, just quick, I think our best episode of season 2.
Can we check the stats on that?
I think so.
Yeah, there we go.
The man brings in numbers. Sorry, JJ.
And when we found that out, it was like, we've got to bring him back. Got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah. start strong.
So, Dom, how you going, man? How was your non-break, as it was described earlier?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Obviously, it's nice to be back in the homeland for an extended period with all the family and stuff, and enjoyed that time off with the family and just, you know, being back home, all my friends, getting into that routine again. I felt like I kind of needed that a little bit, but now I'm happy to be back now, get some sun in me, back with the boys, and yeah, I can't wait for
when
this year.
When did you fly over for the World Cup, mate? And congratulations, of course.
Yeah. So it was pretty much after the season, mate. I think I had like a week and a half off, and then I was straight over there training.
Yeah, wow.
3 times a week, twice a week.
So it would have been about mid-September you would have flown over. And then did you just get back just before New Year's,
before
was it?
New Year's, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
about
was there a while, mate.
2.5 months over there. Yeah.
Probably longer, yeah.
Fair stint. Good to see all your family members and stuff.
Yeah, it was a good stint. Like, I literally felt like I was in my routine again, back at home. Like, it was
Yeah,
like I was
wow.
living there again. But yeah, it's good to be back now. And
Well, mate, look, we're going to start off with a little segment. What you rather? That's really good stuff from me. Would you rather? Now we haven't done this with you before, so I'm interested to see what your answers are. You can elaborate. You can be quick. Whatever you want to do. First one: would you rather have no Wi-Fi or no music?
Let's all play.
Well, I was going to say
Let's all play.
Well, music.
Let's all play.
Needs Wi-Fi kind of now, right?
Yeah, now, but back in the day.
So let's just say you've got a physical music collection or the internet. What would you rather?
I think I'd rather have the internet, to be honest.
Would you really?
Yeah.
I feel like you just need that more. You rely on that more. I do like my music. I like listening to music, but at the end of the day, if you got no Wi-Fi, mate, like that's.
He's a critical thinker, old Dommy. He's actually a lot smarter than the boys give him credit for.
I was starting to think internet, but then I thought, well,
I think
tunes.
I think
It's tough.
It depends what you're doing, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I would prefer to have no Wi-Fi, I think.
Yeah, you're a very musical-driven person.
I need music.
Yeah.
But it also might be good for me. No social media. Get connected with the world.
Actually, yeah, I'm back with Croaks. Yeah, I'm going with music. I'm going with
have
music.
I swayed you a bit, Dommy?
it depends what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Why are you spending so much time on the internet? What are you up to?
Like doing nothing. Maybe I want the Wi-Fi, mate. I check a few things out.
So you're going to stick with your answer?
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Ah, nice,
Okay.
nice.
Next one, mate. Would you rather try bungee jumping or skydiving?
Skydiving, I think. Yeah. I don't like the idea of like getting to the bottom of that bungee.
I'm thinking of the
Don't trust
failure
it.
rate of each apparatus.
Pretty heavy.
I wouldn't. I'm not big on either. My whole family went skydiving in the off season. It's just not for me. I just don't really
I'm not
mess
big
with
on either
heights.
either.
No,
If
I
a
don't-
bungee snapped, are you dead?
yeah,
If a parachute dies, you're definitely dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Brad,
survival rate? That's what I'm thinking about.
I think
I'm scared of heights either way. I'm
I got
done.
someone with you,
I
aren't you,
think
as well?
I think for the bungee to snap,
Yeah.
it's got to have a bit of recoil, so it
Yeah.
might save you a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas if you try and pull out a parachute and nothing comes out, look, I'm just gonna go.
Maybe skydiving because you've got like.
I'm
'cause
gonna
you've
go
got tandem, don't
skydiving.
you?
I'm going skydiving.
So you might feel a bit safer with someone that knows what they're doing. Yeah.
But either way, not happy. Mate, you Apple or Spotify?
Spotify. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. JJ, what are you?
Apple.
I'm Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many of us, bro. There's not many of us, man. Jimmy?
yes.
Lane?
Oh, no
I
good.
just find it a little bit weird if
Spotify.
someone's pulling up the phone and there's Apple Music.
No, really?
Kind of weird.
Yeah, the layout of it and all that. Like,
I play music every single day at training, and I use Apple.
Apple
bit of a
Music.
red flag for me.
Really? Really? Oh, anyway.
You still single?
Yeah.
All you ladies out there,
Yeah.
Apple Music, Don't bring it up.
Yeah,
don't
bring it
open
up
the app.
around
Don't do
Dom.
anything. Yeah, it's already gone.
Last one, bro. Last one.
Would you rather a Super Bowl ring or an Olympic gold medal?
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier with the Olympic gold medal. They are all Olympic gold medals, but obviously there are more prestigious events in the Olympics.
Well, what do you think's more prestigious, an individual gold medal or a team gold medal?
Again, I think it really does depend. Like Usain Bolt is the fastest man alive. That gold medal.
Personally, it's more special when you get an Olympic gold medal, but like to celebrate that with a team, like winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a better feeling because you're with everyone. But like, I feel like for a milestone, the Olympic medal would like be like a bigger thing.
I'm kind of feeling though, like just say like, I don't know, like in Australia, obviously swimming's a massive thing in the Olympics for us. When we win the 4x100 relay, it's a huge thing, team thing. You know, it's a tough one. I'm going to go Olympic gold medal, I think.
I think I'm
leaning towards that as well.
I think I'm going to go Super Bowl. I don't really like NFL either, but I'm going to go Super Bowl.
I think it's pretty cool to say, like, I'm the best in the world at this.
Yeah, so we'll see, like, you say...
If you win a Super Bowl, you're, like, the best team in the world.
Yeah, well, like...
I'm the best, I'm the fastest at this.
Like, imagine being Usain Bolt, like, everyone can run.
Yeah,
everyone
exactly
run,
right. But I'm the
he's
best.
the best in the whole world at it.
Yeah.
Tommy's not far off.
That's a nice feeling. It's harmful, so.
Well, there we go. A little would you rather.
Cool. So, mate, look, we're going to chat a little bit about your, as I said, like your time off and your time over in the World Cup. You know, it was obviously a really great tournament for England, and you sort of featured heavily in their attack, and you know, scored a lot of tries and things like that. Mate, how was the experience? Like, obviously, you're an Englishman, so being in your home country, playing for your country in England, it must have been an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was definitely amazing, very special experience. I think just because people probably wouldn't know, but I've not really played too much in England as well. So me coming back, I was probably relatively unknown to a lot of like the English fans, you know. So just getting that experience of playing in front of the English crowds, in front of my friends and family that I don't get too much over here, especially, was just pretty special. And you know, like singing the national anthem, just hearing all the English fans, you know, how they get behind the team, just singing, like it's hard to describe, you know, that feeling really.
When you like come over here from England to Australia. And it wasn't that long ago, you know, looking back on it now, but you probably in the back of your mind would have set a goal to play for England. Did you think it would come this quick?
Yeah, well, you know how I am as a person. Like, I kind of don't really look too far ahead. I don't really think about these, you know, these big goals. Like at the start of the season, I didn't even think about it really, playing for England. And obviously I started playing pretty well and it was kind of on the radar, but I still never... Until the call came and I was actually in there, I still never thought like it was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't think like that,
dude. I
don't anyway. But
I remember when we did the 40-meter field goal challenge, and someone said it as a joke because like you were hitting all these field goals, and it was like, oh, England, call him up, and you kind of laughed it off. And then, mate, I remember turning on the TV to watch the game, and I was like, wow, I remember that moment. And now
when I got selected, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just going to be in the squad. Like I still didn't know I was going to be playing. So yeah, just to run out in that first game and actually get that, you know, first proper cap, and yeah, it was just pretty crazy, really, pretty surreal still. So, mate, I mentioned before, obviously you scored a fair few tries, 9 in total. You know, that's a huge achievement for yourself. Like, how good was that to sort of, you know, go over for that many tries? Yeah, it was good. I think the team just clicked really early, and like just being a winger in that team, you know, I had great halfbacks and great spine behind me. It was easy for me, you know, to get that ball in space. That's what I want as a winger, really, just to get the ball in good positions like that. And obviously it's just my job to put it down, but yeah, just playing in that team, you know, all the boys and everyone like that, it was all really positive and really good for me. I was just about to ask you that because there's a lot of older heads in that English in the England side. Did anyone sort of take you under their wing, or did you like anyone in particular that you might have learned a lot from? You know, Ryan Hall probably did. Yeah, I thought you were going to say. Being in my position, you know what he's done for England, and you know the game in England especially. You know, he definitely helped me quite a lot. But yeah, I think we just had a really exciting mix of like experience and youth as well. It was just an exciting team to be a part of and to play with, and I think everyone just complemented each other pretty well. We had a good balance there, and yeah, you know, I loved it. I loved playing for when you get into a national team or any rep side, like everyone knows how to play footy. It's not about that. Was that the same with you guys? It was rather less X's and O's and more just chemistry, building that relationship up and getting out there? Just work into, you know, the strengths that we've got in the team. I think we had quite good, exciting young outside backs that wanted the ball, so that was definitely, you know, focused to get the ball to them. And we had a good forward pack, you know, strong, and brave. So yeah, it was just, like I said, a good balance, mate, and it was just good for me playing in a team like that. Really, I can take a lot away from that and the things I picked up from being in that, the camp for however many weeks it was. But yeah, there's definitely things I can take into this year to take my game to that next level. So
was it Samoa that knocked you guys out? Yeah. So what was it like coming into that game? Because Samoa was your first game when you won 60-6, was it?
Yeah.
And then you come in. What would it feel like, mate?
Yeah, it was a bit strange, to be honest with you. Obviously, that first game to go like that, and then having to play them again, it felt a bit weird. Just because you've got that in the back of your mind, where like you think, oh yeah, if we'll do the same thing as the first game, we're going to win.
It wasn't that long ago.
They're a bit more fired up for it as well because they want to get payback or whatever. But look, it wasn't our day at the end of the day. We just didn't click on the night. We didn't really have too many close games either in the comp. So I think when it got a bit close, we kind of didn't really know what to do just through not being in that position. Yeah, because we had quite a few comfortable wins in there. But yeah, it was just a tough game, mate. To be honest, yeah.
So, mate, like you got a chance to play in some of the arenas and stadiums over in England that you haven't had the chance to before. As you said, you hadn't really had a chance to play in front of the English fans before you came to Australia. Emirates Stadium, St James Park. Like, what was it like? Was you just humming?
Yeah, it was crazy atmospheres, to be honest, mate. That first game especially, just walking out, all the crowd had like held up like part of a flag.
Oh no, I've seen that. Yeah.
So like one side was the England, one side was the Samoan, and they were all holding it up, and obviously it's packed out as well. So everyone was there, and like it was just like mad. Like everyone was singing, like cheering. Both the flags were either side. Like it was just crazy. And obviously because we were playing so well and we were scoring tries, like the fans were just
gotcha.
It was that opening round, like that opening game. The atmosphere was just like I've never seen before.
Did you find the buzz around rugby league in general was bigger because it was the World Cup and it was in England?
Yeah, I feel like there was a big buzz, to be honest, especially like behind England boys. We did really well in the group stage. I think we was like all the different medias that wouldn't usually get involved in rugby league.
Gotcha.
They were starting to like try and ask questions. Like even because we played in London as well. A lot of rugby league's not too big in London, down south, and we were getting into their markets just from what we were doing on the field because it was such a good product really, and people were starting to see that.
But, really cool.
So like around the change rooms and that, Dommy's a pretty cool character. He doesn't say a whole heap. When you like finally found out that you were debuting for your country, was it emotional? How like did you get emotional? Who did you tell first?
Straight away I told my parents. Obviously, they were actually in Australia when I got the phone call, so that was nice to to just go straight to them and speak about it. But to be honest, I didn't really get emotional. It didn't really sink in until I was playing that first game. Until I was, the night before, where you get given the cap and the jersey and everything, and you lay down at night and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be playing for England tomorrow. And obviously, that first game especially had a lot of hype about it. Like that Samoa was a strong team, and we weren't really favourites going into it. So like it was going to be a massive game. I think it was the biggest attendance of an opening round, in the World Cup ever.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, that was when I started thinking a bit more emotionally about it and how special of a moment it was and stuff.
Did I get this wrong? Did your brother play in the World Cup as well for Jamaica?
He was Jamaican.
He did too. Yeah. So how good's that? The two young
it was
boys.
Pretty special for our family. Just to have two in the World Cup, and obviously I got down to a couple games as well. I managed to make a few games.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I managed to make a few games.
Wouldn't it be good if you versed each other?
Yeah, it would be.
Who comes out best? Who comes out best? Be honest.
It was hard because he's the big brother, so I'm still got in my head. I've still got all them times he dominated me on the garden and stuff. But I've got to back myself now.
Yeah, of course you do, mate. Of course you do.
No, man. Personally, I felt like I was English when you ran out for the first time. I was backing you. I was like, this is awesome. Seeing you out there in the jersey, and you played so well. It was awesome to watch, mate. Look, coming back to Newcastle now after that experience, this is your third preseason here at the Knights. Yeah. Obviously, you started a bit later because you did have that downtime over in England. You just said there was a lot of things that you could bring back from the experience. What were some of the things that you sort of took on board and now you're using in the preseason here with the boys?
Yeah, I think just a lot of the advice I got given, just obviously little tactical things as well, and just learning off what the pros do day in day out. They might not, the players in the England camp might not be too well known to the Aussies, but I've grown up watching them, so I looked up that was another weird thing for me going into that environment because I've watched these growing up, and I've not really played against them because I only played a couple of games, so that was another nice thing. But yeah, just to learn from them and see their habits, what they do day in, day out. You know, it was really professional when we were at camp. We trained really well, trained really hard and stuff. And just in the games as well, you know, that kind of big game experience, I guess, you know, that's invaluable. I think that'll help me, you know, in certain moments.
Mate, we've the Knights have announced that we signed 2 fellow Englishmen, Will Price and Kai Pearce-Paul. What can you tell us about these guys, mate?
Yeah, 2 really exciting players as well. Obviously, Kai was in the England squad with me.
Yep.
You know, played the centre wing partnership against the Greece in the World Cup. Yeah, they're both really exciting. Both got a lot of flair about them. You know, Kai's a very big boy as well. Probably might just have me in height even. Offload, you know, strong line running. And then Will, you know, just giving the ball and good luck, you know, trying to stop him. So I think it's really good signings for the Knights, and I'm sure the fans will really enjoy watching them. So.
Did you tell them about like what to expect with the weather in a pre-season and things like that? Because that was the thing that rattled you when you came out here.
Good luck. Yeah, definitely. I let them know, but they like that. Like,
cool.
I prefer training in the heat as well. It was just that adjustment period. But I think they're probably a lot more ready than I am. I think they've had a couple of years now in Super League, probably. Yeah. Training a lot harder, and
she's been warm lately.
I was going to say, how'd you go coming back from?
She's been tough
home
lately
for this.
Yeah, well, I think for about 2 or 3 weeks just before I came over, it was literally like not above 0 in England for 2 or 3 weeks, like minus sub-zero temperatures. Yeah. I was in the house with like 5 layers on blankets, everything. And then obviously I come back here in the sun. First day I went, I'll go down the beach, got burnt straight away. You can't beat the sun though. Like
you cannot.
No. And as you said, you know, that adjustment period when you first came out here has probably got you ready for the second time when you had to come back from England recently. Yeah. So you're good to go. Look, we're going to take a quick break. After the break, we're going to go through Croak's Tune of the Week, a fan favourite, and we're also going to go through some fan questions as well for you, Dom. So we'll be back after this. Welcome back to Knights HQ podcast, brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. I'm Jay Nelson. My co-host is Matt Croker, and we are talking to Dom Young.
Big Domi.
Is that how I say it? Yeah, there
Big
it
is.
Mate, we're going to go through some tunes. Now, we just said we couldn't live without music, and we took music over the internet. So
Dommy didn't.
Dommy went internet, correct. Yeah. But no, I think we got him in the end.
I think we'll have to check the tape. I think his pride kept him with the internet. I think deep down he wants the music.
Yeah. We're going to talk about what we've been listening to. So, Croaks, your tune of the week, brother. What have you been listening to?
This one, the weather has been really, really nice here in Newcastle for the last probably 2 weeks. So, been spending a bit of time down at the beach, and something about the Foo Fighters on the beach for me, and it just works. So I've got the song "Times Like These" by the Foo Fighters. That's my jam. It just makes me. It's just a real good song. Gets me up in the day. Gets me going. That's my track.
I'm normally a Foo Fighter type listener type guy, but I've got a bit more indie, a bit more cool with the kids.
Yeah, you spent a couple of days up in Byron Bay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Yeah,
fair enough.
I've been on Insta drinking heaps of coffees, all that sort of stuff. I've been listening to Spacey Jane's latest album. I don't know what it's called. That's really bad, but shout out to them. It's really good.
Jimmy.
Here Comes Everybody by Spacey Jane.
Here Comes Everybody.
There you go.
That's the one.
Tommy?
Yeah, so probably a bit of a different vibe to you boys. Since I've got back in the sun, like just cruising, I like a bit of a chilled out vibe. I've gone for a little bit of just like chilled out rap with Lil TJ. I'll give you what you want.
Lil TJ, I'll give you what you want. Okay. So there we go. We mix it up.
That's a good spectrum of different stuff.
Yeah, so we just accustomed to all our different listeners, don't we? All right, so Dommy, mate, we're going to jump into a couple fan questions. So thank you to all the fans that jumped on for the first episode of the week.
This next one's from someone that I don't know if you know them. It's Sui Young 65 on Instagram. She seems like a really lovely lady. She asked, "Do you get your speed from your mum?" Foot speed, by the way. Foot speed.
Be careful.
Yeah, she's a great athlete.
Yeah,
that's exactly where it comes from.
Do you want to hear a funny story about?
Shout out to Sue. Actually, when we versed Tigers at Campbelltown, we just won last year. Won. We were saying hello to the crowd, and I got a hug from this lady, and then there. She goes, "Oh, I'm Sue. I love the podcast that you guys did with Dom. I'm Dom's mum." It was pretty. It was actually
They're famous in Australia as well. They got on TV during the game.
Yeah, they were.
they were too. That's right. Yeah. No,
I've also got a story about the Campbelltown game. So when you guys warm up, I'm normally out on the field getting a few photos and some vision and things of you guys doing your thing. And I normally go, obviously the backs come out first. I get some stuff, then the forwards come out after that. Dom, you were catching a few high balls. I'm getting you doing your thing. Your mum, who I didn't know who that was your mum at the time, walks up to the fence and goes, "Dom!"
Yeah.
And normally people are yelling out to you all the time when we're out there, and you just stay focused on what you're doing. She's, "Dom!" And you've turned around, big smile, big wave, and I was like,
yeah, how would he
wonder
know
who that was? If you got something out of him.
That game.
Yeah.
Really, that was an emotional game for me. Just warming up was work. Like I was just seeing them while I was warming up. Like I was emotional.
Because was that the first time they were in?
Yeah, that was the first time they're in
Australia.
Game.
Yeah,
and because in Campbelltown it's pretty close to the
close
to the pitch.
Very.
I was just warming up. I was just looking at them, and I just felt emotional.
And the end of that game was you guys defending. Holy! I was like, please make these tackles, fellas. Please make these tackles.
The next one comes from a Geordie Eck. What's your favourite thing to do in Newey to unwind and take your mind off footy, mate?
Yeah, probably just get down the beach, mate.
Yeah.
Have a few mates, just cruise around, get some sun, get in the water.
How's NZ going? Is that still happening?
Yeah, well, it's still a thing. I spoke to Maps about it yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
I think we might have a few.
Shout out to Christian Mapapalangi. He wants to get on here, actually.
CEO.
Yeah, so we might have something in the pipeline for the viewers listening.
Ooh, possible drop. You heard it here first. Yeah. Mate, last question is from Sam McGregor. He says, mate, what's your favourite meal?
Favourite meal? That is a tough question, actually.
Is there like an English favourite meal and then one you have out here now?
Well, my English, I think...
Oh, it's surely...
I don't want to bag the Aussie food, but
surely
my favourite foods in England are different to here because they do it quite...
Yeah, gotcha.
Quite
surely Goldbergs would be your favourite.
I used to be...
You boys lived there.
Goldbergs. But the steak at Goldbergs was definitely my favourite, but then they stopped doing it. They broke all our hearts and stopped doing it.
True.
If you're listening, then maybe,
maybe bring it back.
Come on, Goldbergs. Sick of seeing us.
So you got it. Well, what about English food? What do you like?
English food? Well, when I'm back home,
they do better than us.
One thing that I will miss coming over here is my mum's Sunday dinner, Sunday roast.
Ooh,
it's made with love, right?
A few Yorkshire puddings in there. And then my dad's a good cook as well. He cooked me some good Jamaican food while I was back.
Oh, of course.
So,
of course.
They're the two things that are probably the home comforts that, it's just one of my favourites for sure.
Lovely. Well, listen, mate, we're going to wrap it up, but thanks for jumping on. It was a bit of a busy day here at training and a big day. And you're just getting back into the swing of things. You've only been back for a couple of weeks. So really appreciate you coming on, mate. And congratulations on everything you achieved over in the off-season. It's pretty impressive.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, well, again, thanks for coming on. Me and Matt, we're doing it. We're doing it every week now. So
there's episodes coming every week.
Season 3.
Tuning in now.
It's going to be big.
So will Sue.
Yeah, you can count on that.
Look, guys, you can subscribe and leave a review on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit those notification bells. Do what you got to do. When a new video drops, you'll be notified. There's plenty happening around Knights HQ. As we said, we're going to be dropping weekly now. So stay up to date on our club's website, social media channels. Follow us at NRL Knights. Also, massive thank you to our sponsor, Maxwell Recruitment and Training, for bringing you this episode of the pod. We will see you next time. Thanks again, Dommy. See you, boys.
See you later.
See you later.